Well, I'm just so excited. It's the middle of the night here, 1 o'clock in the morning, and this is the sort of thing that can happen in the Arctic after days and days and days of fog and covered weather. Suddenly, absolutely out of nowhere, the sky has cleared. And left us with this amazing scene. I can see something flashing on my screen. I don't know whether it's maybe the battery needs replacing, but we'll keep going anyway. First thing is, I can home in. Here we are. Have this absolutely amazing cloud. I don't know whether it shows very well here, but this is one of the features of the Arctic. You get clouds like you don't get anywhere else. It's just the most amazing looking thing. Just the texture and the shape. It's like something you just don't see anywhere else. More importantly though, if we come round, I've just tacked to get us coming in towards the land. If we look down here, hopefully we'll catch it. There we've got the headlands now starting to show through. I think there's the top end of the Prince Karl's Foreland, and then I can see a glacier just through here. The rest of the land that we're running into now is covered in cloud, but I think that's going to clear pretty soon because this is clearing rapidly from the west. So at last, after thinking that maybe it might sail around the whole of the north of Svalbard without even seeing any of it, it's now coming back into view. So let me just, sorry about this, was a bit of a, whoops, there we are. And here's Mingming just going along under one panel. We've been running before a stiff breeze for most of the night. Right, well I think I might have to put a new battery in here. Sorry if this is a bit of a kind of sudden, messy sort of clip, but had to be done very, very quickly. I'm just coming in again, just in the hope that you can pick up the glaciers and stuff down there. But anyway, we have finally seen some rock and ice, so things are looking up. Well, we're off again. Managed to get 3 hours sleep, and now we have a nice fresh breeze from the east-northeast. Good honest wind, first for a long time. Make us do some work, and then over to our east is this absolutely incredible view. It is just unbelievably magnificent. These peaks, glaciers, ridges, towers, turrets, cones, whatever you want, it's all there, all jam-packed in together. And it is now under an absolutely typical coppery Arctic sky, and I feel now that finally, just a few miles from 80 degrees north, we have properly entered the Arctic high. It's just this sudden change in light, sudden change in character that you get when you finally pass out of the sort of jet stream systems into this settled Arctic high weather. So there we are. As you may imagine, this morning I'm a very, very happy man. Oops. There we are, that's better. Right, well, we have another very important moment coming up. They're coming thick and fast at the moment. We're getting very close to 80 degrees. And this here, where it's marked 24/7, and I've just added the little 11 in there, is where we reached 80 degrees with the Corobie Mingming 7 years ago, on the 24th of July 2011. We are just about to hit 80 degrees here, just 11 nautical miles to the east, on the 22nd of July 2018, and that's actually originally going to be round about the day when I was going to leave on this voyage, but improvements in the ice meant I'm basically 3 weeks ahead of myself, which is brilliant for all kinds of reasons. However, Mingming II has previously only been to 79 degrees north, so this will be her arrival at 80, so she will match her little sister. But we won't be turning round as we did 7 years ago. We're going to be carrying on to the northeast, coming right up to the northeast, round these islands here, and then right round the top of Svalbard. That will actually take us pretty much to 81 north, all being well. At the moment we have the wind's gone round to the northeast, but so we've got a headwind at the moment, but I don't think it'll last for very long. But let's forget about that for the moment, because we're coming up to it again. I love these countdowns. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 80 degrees north, 9, 10.1 east. That is fantastic. So Mingming II has had one voyage to 79 north in 2014. Now she's reached 80 north. Hopefully we'll get further than that as well, but we better give her the proverbial or traditional well done, Mingming II. That's the end of the puff. We'll need to pump that one up again. Just a very, very quick look outside. We're just going along slowly to windward here at about 3 knots, but it's misty and raining at the moment. But somehow it doesn't matter anymore, because we're kind of properly into the Arctic. We're going to get changeable weather from here on. I don't even think this particular wind will last very long. So there we are past 80 degrees north and carrying on further towards the North Pole. Well, I have to say this feels absolutely amazing, really. We're just ghosting along very gently in a very light northeasterly breeze. 7 panels set in this beautiful smooth sea. The mountains of Spitsbergen are just visible in the distance down there off our starboard quarter. Don't know if I go in, we might just find them. There's a can't really see on this, but I'll come back. There's a clear patch of sky, or a patch of clear sky down there, and you can just see some of the highest peaks poking through. And we're just making our way north, well north now of 80 degrees north. as I say, in this beautiful placid sea. There you are, heading north. But the absolutely amazing thing is that virtually nobody has ever sailed where I'm sailing now. Because it's never been sailable, really. Even in summer there was ice here, normally. It's receding now, of course. On my chart there are no soundings here. Nobody's ever surveyed this water. There's just one or two lines, but they're miles and miles and miles apart. And they don't stretch very much further north from where we are. But where we are right at the moment is in a blank patch on the chart. And I just can't describe this feeling of what it's like to be sailing where nobody's ever sailed before. I mean, yes, people have sailed around the north of Svalbard, and they've done it for a couple of 100 years, and people do it regularly now. But I think the tendency is just to hug the coast, to go into the fjords. It's a kind of land hopping exercise. And okay, there may have been one or two people, some oddballs like myself, who've ventured a little bit further from the coast. But I bet you could count them on one or two hands quite easily. And although I don't care in the least for records or firsts or any of that nonsense, it's still probable that nobody has ever sailed in these waters single-handed in a tiny engineless yacht. And it just feels amazing that you can actually do something like this that nobody has ever done before. I mean, a serious thing. I don't mean like, you know, the first person to eat 100 meat pies in 6 hours. I'm not talking about that sort of first. This is something very visceral about this. Virtually the first human to have sailed a boat in these beautiful, currently very placid waters. And it just, the feeling is amazing, and I just wonder whether that's, well, I don't wonder, I know it's that kind of feeling that I've always been after in these voyages to the outlying places, to the outlandish places. You just get a feeling like nothing else. It's almost like being reborn. It's like the intensity of your life goes up by 1,000 times. I don't know what it is. It's just I'm pretty much lost for words. But anyway, enough hyperbole. I just had to record this while that feeling was so strong in me. Maybe it'll dissipate over the next week or two, because we're going to spend a long time up in these very high latitudes. Haven't yet explained the full purpose of this voyage. We have a lot more of this sort of thing to do. But now that we've actually entered this, well, it's what I call the impossible zone. It's why for a while now I've been thinking of this voyage as the impossible voyage, because previously it's never been possible. Even now some people would question not the raw possibility, but certainly the raw rationality of it. But there we are. I don't know whether I'm making any sense. Maybe not. But I don't care. It's just an absolutely amazing moment to be here in this totally remote, unpeopled, unsullied, on the surface of it anyway, unexplored, in the way in which I'm doing it anyway. Water which is, well, we're now less than 600 miles from the North Pole.